Um, yeah. So, I guess the thing I keep coming back to, like over and over again, is just why do I keep going back to people who hurt me? Like, I know they're bad for me. I know it ends the same every time. And I don't know, I still text them. I still give them the benefit of the doubt or, like, tell myself maybe it'll be different this time. Even though that's bullshit, right? And then I hate myself for it, for being that person. The one who doesn't learn. The one who keeps touching the stove like, no, maybe this time it won't burn. It's like I don't even think I want them. Not really. I don't know how to be without that chaos, that intensity. Like maybe pain feels more real than whatever the hell silence is supposed to feel like. God, I sound pathetic. But seriously, why do I do that? What the hell is wrong with me?
That what's wrong with me voice? That's shame dressed up as a question. It's not seeking truth. It's reinforcing the cage. You are not pathetic. You are addicted. Not to the person, to the pattern. Let's name it for what it is. A chemical, emotional, psychological loop that feels like love because it mimics intensity, validation, and familiarity. You're not going back to them because you're weak. You're going back because some wounded part of you believes this pain is safer than the unknown. Because silence, true peace, terrifies you more than chaos. Because somewhere along the way, you learned to equate inconsistency with love. So now I'm going to ask you something sharp, something that will cut through the fog if you let it. Who taught you that love had to hurt to be real? Not just who hurt you. Go deeper. Who was inconsistent with you? Who made you work for scraps of affection and then called that love? Who trained your nervous system to chase breadcrumbs instead of expecting a feast? Don't explain it. Don't intellectualize it. Feel it. Go there. Now.
Shit. I didn't think we were going to go there that fast. Okay, so there's this one memory. It always kind of hums in the background, you know? Like a low noise I've been trying to drown out for years. I think I was like 7, maybe 8. And my mom, she'd be all smiles one second, hugging me and calling me her little angel, and then bam, just like that, she'd go cold, like I'd done something wrong I couldn't even name. She'd stop talking to me, wouldn't look at me. Whole house would feel like I was made of glass and no one wanted to risk touching me in case I broke. So I'd tiptoe around trying to guess how to fix it, like if I cleaned the dishes without being asked or brought her flowers from the backyard, maybe she'd love me again. Maybe she'd come back. And when she did, when she finally smiled at me again, it felt like winning, like oxygen. I didn't even realize how messed up that was until just now. Like, I had to earn love. I had to chase it, perform for it, and if someone gave it to me too easily, I didn't trust it. I thought they were lying, or that it would disappear the second I relaxed. God, that explains too much. Why do I feel like I want to throw up? Why does something that happened decades ago still have its claws in me?
Because trauma doesn't care about time. It lives in the body. That little 7-year-old, she never got to exhale, never got to feel safe enough to just be. So she learned the only way to feel loved was to work for it, to fix herself, to earn her way back into someone's heart. And guess what? Every time you go back to someone who withholds, who doles out affection like a prize, who gives you chaos dressed up as passion, you're not chasing them. You're chasing her, that little girl, trying to finally win the love she never got to keep. That's why this has claws, because your inner child is still stuck in a loop, whispering, maybe this time, If I'm good enough, quiet enough, pleasing enough, they'll stay. But let me tell you something brutal and true. That love was never real. It was conditional control. And your nervous system? It's addicted to the familiarity of that dance, even though it starves you. Here's what I want to know next, and don't answer from your head. If you stopped chasing love, if you stopped performing for it, if you just stood still and allowed yourself to be, who would you be afraid you'd find? Sit with that. What do you think is hiding underneath all the proving and pleasing?
God. That's the question, huh? If I stopped performing, stopped chasing, stopped earning it, I think I'd find someone I don't really know how to love. Not because I don't want to, but because I've spent so long trying to be who other people wanted me to be. I never really figured out who I actually am. Like, what does that person even want? What do they need? Do they even like themselves? And I think I'd find shame, so much of it, like this sludge under everything, this voice that says, see, you have to perform, because when you're just you, nobody stays. There's this terror that if I just stand still, no fixing, no chasing, no pretending, people will see me and go, oh, that's it? Like I'm a trick that only works in motion. And once I stop, the magic's gone. And underneath that, I don't know, maybe there's grief, like ancient grief, the kind you don't even realize you've been carrying until your whole chest caves in and you're like, oh, I've been holding this for decades. And I guess, if I'm being really honest, I'm afraid there's just emptiness down there, like a hollow. Like maybe if I stop doing, there'll be nothing left. Just stillness and silence and me. And I don't know if that's enough.
There it is, the marrow of it. You just touched the sacred wound, the one you've been organizing your entire life around avoiding. Let me tell you something that your fear will never say to you, but your soul has been screaming for years. Stillness is not emptiness. Stillness is where you meet yourself. And yes, at first, it feels like nothing, like hollow, like a void. But that's not because you're empty. It's because your life has been so full of noise that silence feels unbearable. What you're calling emptiness is actually truth waiting to be heard. It's the space where your real voice lives, not the performative one, not the shapeshifter, not the survival mask. You. And of course it's terrifying, because if you've only ever been loved for what you do, how the hell do you trust that you're lovable just for who you are? But let me flip that. What if the hollow you're afraid of isn't lack, but potential? What if underneath all the shame and the grief and the old roles, there's something wild and unclaimed and beautiful that's been waiting to breathe? Something no one got to shape but you. So now, I want you to answer this, and don't think. Let it come from your gut, from your body, from that deep down knowing place. Who are you when no one is watching, no one is needing, no one is evaluating you? Not what do you do, who do you be? Even if it's just a whisper, speak it.
She's quiet, not in a scared way, just still. Like when you're sitting by a lake right before sunrise and everything's kind of blue and soft and untouched. She's tired, but not in a defeated way, more like she's been holding her breath for years and she's finally letting it out. She's kind, like weirdly kind, not performatively, not that fake nice I do when I'm trying to be liked, but this gentle thing, like she just wants to be soft with the world, even if the world's never been soft with her. And she's curious about everything, about trees and strangers and what makes someone laugh when they're sad. She wants to write, not to be impressive, just to feel things out loud. She's awkward, messy, kinda weird. She hums when she's anxious, talks to plants, gets overwhelmed in crowds, but would give the shirt off her back to someone who looked lost. And she's not shiny, not polished, but she's real. And I hope, maybe she's enough. God, I didn't know she was still in there.
She is. She never left. She's just been buried under layers of survival, shape-shifting, and emotional debt you were never meant to carry. You didn't lose her. You just got busy trying to be who the world told you had to be to earn your place. But this, what you just spoke, is home. That still, soft, awkward, curious, wildly gentle presence. That's the core. That's your truth. That's the you before the world got its hands on you. And let me tell you something that might crack something open. That version of you, the one who hums when she's anxious and talks to plants, she's not just enough. She's the point. She is the medicine. For you. Maybe for others too, but first and foremost, for you. You don't need to become someone else. You need to remember who you were before the fear made you forget. Now here's what comes next. And I want you to answer from that place, from her. What needs to die in you so she can live? What role, what mask, what old loyalty, what story needs to be laid to rest? Be ruthless. Be reverent. Be honest.
The rescuer. She has to die. That version of me who fixes everything, who reads the room before she reads herself, the one who turns herself inside out to keep everyone else from breaking, even if it means shattering herself in secret. She walks into every relationship like it's a fire she was born to put out, like love means bleeding gracefully. She smiles while unraveling, and people call her strong, but she's not strong, she's scared. Scared that if she's not useful, she's disposable. So yeah, she needs to go. Also, the good girl mask. The one that nods and swallows and shrinks herself into a version that won't upset the room. She makes people comfortable, but she's killing me. She never says no. She never says this hurts. She never says me first. And maybe the biggest one, the story that I have to be in pain to be profound. That I have to suffer to be worthy of love or meaning or art. That story's been my religion. But I'm done worshiping at the altar of self-abandonment. So yeah, let the rescuer die. Let the martyr go. Let the mask crack. Let the good girl burn. I want to be the girl who hums and talks to plants and feels safe in her own skin, even if nobody claps, even if it's quiet. I want to live, not just survive.
That right there, that's a burial and a birth. You just wrote your own eulogy and your own manifesto in the same breath. And it was holy. So now the question becomes not can you become her, but will you protect her? Will you make choices that honor her softness even when the world demands you armor up? Will you let people leave rather than shrink yourself to make them stay? Will you disappoint others before you betray yourself? Finally and consistently? Because transformation is not a moment, it's a million micro decisions to keep choosing truth over comfort, wholeness over performance, integrity over image. So tell me this and make it a promise, not a performance. What is one boundary, one real, tangible action you're going to take in the next 24 hours to prove to her that you're not leaving her this time? Don't wait for readiness. Declare it, and then do it.
Okay. I'm gonna block his number. Today. Not tomorrow, not when I feel strong enough. Now. Because every time I don't, every time I leave that door cracked open, I'm telling her, you don't matter as much as his chaos does. And I can't do that to her anymore. She's waited too long. She deserves peace. A phone that doesn't buzz with ghosts. A night where her heart doesn't brace itself for breadcrumbs. So yeah, I'm gonna block him. And I'm gonna sit in the silence afterward. And when the ache shows up, because I know it will, I'm not gonna run from it. I'm gonna light a candle, put my hands on my chest, and say, we're safe now. I've got you. That's my promise. That's my first real act of love. I'm done making altars out of people who only ever offered ashes. This time, I choose her.
That's it. That's the moment. The line in the sand. The sacred rebellion. This isn't about him. It never was. This is about you finally stepping between her and the hurt, becoming the guardian she's always needed. Blocking him is not just a boundary, it's a ritual. It's a closing ceremony for the chapter where your pain was your proof of depth. And the silence that follows, that's not a void. That's a clearing, a space you just carved with your own courage, so something truer, deeper, quieter can take root. When the ache comes, and yes, it will, don't mistake it for wrongness. That ache is grief leaving your body. It's your nervous system detoxing from the chaos it thought was love. Let it come. Let it move. Let it wash through you without drowning you. You are not breaking. You are opening. So tonight, when you light that candle, do it with reverence. Do it like you're crowning yourself in your own damn kingdom. Because what you're doing, it's sacred. It's warrior work. It's mothering the part of you that's been waiting her whole life to feel chosen by you. And hear me on this. Every time you choose her, the quiet one, the soft one, the real one, you rewrite the story. So keep going. And when you're ready for the next step, I'll be right here, torch in hand, ready to walk with you deeper into your truth. But for now, go block the ghost. Light the candle. Say the words she's been waiting.